What's up, everybody? Good to see you, and welcome back to Nerdlist, the channel that ranks all of your favorite nerd things. And today we are back in the Star Wars universe, but not to redo a video we just recently did, going over our ranking of all the Star Wars movies, which you can find up here or somewhere on the screen where I don't know where to point. No, but today we are back to rank all of the Star Wars shows that have come out up to this point. There's plenty of stuff, the content that's dropped on D+ ever since it's come out, as well as some shows that existed beforehand. So we're going to cover those today, but before we get into it, please make sure that you go and hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Leave that thumbs up because that means a lot to YouTube for whatever reason. Click the bell that way you never miss a video, and let us know in the comments below how we did, if you agree, if you disagree, what you would move and change. And without further ado, let's rank some Star Wars shows. Now, as always, these are my biased, completely me opinions. You can absolutely disagree and let me know in the comments if you do. But we're going to cover the shows today, starting with Bad Batch, which is kind of a continuation, a little bit of some of the lines from Clone Wars. It's another animated show. Covers a little bit, it covers obviously beyond the Clone Wars and stuff. So Bad Batch, when I watched it, so I'm going to be honest, I remembered some of the characters from Clone Wars, kind of was unfamiliar with some of the others. I guess I might have missed something somewhere, but Bad Batch was just really kind of enjoyable. It was a little slow for me, and I do enjoy the non-Jedi and the non-Skywalker based stuff. However, this one was just kind of just okay for me, if I'm being completely honest. I'm gonna put this at a B tier. It was something that I don't know if I'd watch again on my own volition, but I would watch it again if someone asked me. Then we come to the Book of Boba Fett, and spoiler warning, it's basically Mando 2.5. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to like the show, I wanted to love the show. The first half of the show that actually is just Boba Fett, I didn't super care for. Like, I wanted more aggression, like kind of what the actor said is that he needs to go back to being like the gun-toting bounty hunter that he was, and not kind of the character that they made him out to be in this. I did enjoy some of the action sequences, and I really actually did enjoy the time with the Tusken Raiders and getting some of that insight. But what really made the show good and what picked it up was when it became Mandalorian 2.5, and we got the stuff with Jin and Din Djarin, and we got the stuff with the Darksaber, and we got kind of setting up Mandalorian's next season. And then in the end, where they're kind of they're fighting together, and it was kind of corny in spots, but also the Rancor stuff was cool. So if the Mando stuff didn't happen, the show would be really low for me. But the Mando stuff was good enough that I'm gonna put this at a B. And I hope that they revisit Boba Fett, have him drop this Mos Eisley, this Tatooine stuff, and get into some just a bounty hunter show, kind of what Mando was going to start as, but like legit just I don't care if it's monster of the week type thing, like bounty hunting would be really cool. Then we have the Clone Wars, and I'm not gonna lie, dude, I love the Clone Wars show. I add so much insight to one of the coolest periods in the Star Wars universe that's not pre the prequels. So like the high council stuff, all that stuff back, and like stuff with Rev and all that stuff's really cool, and like I want more of that. But this is the coolest thing that has been in the mainline canon of the Star Wars universe. I love seeing Obi-Wan and Anakin as war generals, and introducing Ahsoka, and like all the developments that happened that led to the rifts that led to, like, Darth Vader and like all this kind of stuff. So I think it was absolutely awesome, and could actually get really emotional at times. This show was absolutely excellent. If you haven't watched it, absolutely, it is animated. Actually, both Bad Batch and this are animated, just to warn you up front, but it does not affect the medium. It's great. So make sure you go watch it. It's really fun. Then we have Mandalorian, and I think you're crazy if you don't put Mandalorian at S tier. Mandalorian is some of the best Star Wars that we've ever gotten, period. I love Din Djarin is becoming just as an iconic character as everyone else, like that we would call iconic in the Star Wars universe. Baby Yoda is a thing. Baby Yoda obviously had massive popularity and stuff, but like, this rise of this bounty hunter doing his thing, and like getting more of that Mandalore lore, and like, the progression of that, and seeing him come into his own as a protector of this child who's like, force sensitive, all this kind of stuff. Like, it's absolutely awesome. I think season 3 is going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be a good time, and they've set it up super well with Boba Fett. So this is an S tier show, absolutely. And then I hate to hit you with the back-to-back S tiers, but listen, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it doesn't matter necessarily any of the slow points, weak points, as far as like sometimes it could get a little bogged down just a little bit and stuff. Bro, that last episode made up for everything. The Obi-Wan Vader fight, the Vader lines, dude, I lost my mind just on that. Obviously the spoilers, the Qui-Gon thing showing up was dope, all that kind of stuff, but like the Vader Obi-Wan showdown that we got in the end. The cracked mask, the, you know, I am not your failure, the voice shit, dude, it just shook me to the core. And there's so many parallels and there's so many things in that episode that go back to their relationship that's shown in the previous movies and in the Clone Wars and stuff. So if you've not seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, go check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. You should definitely give it a watch. Then we have Star Wars Rebels. Now, Star Wars Rebels took me a long time to get into because I like Clone Wars and stuff, but like I didn't really like the animation style that they went with Rebels. I'm gonna be honest, like it's just not my thing. However, like the stories that they covered and like stuff with like, you know, Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and all this kind of stuff was just absolutely fantastic. It was really, really good. Some of the other characters I just didn't really like super care for. So for me, like I think Rebels probably sits, it's a B. I kind of want to put it at C, but I'll put it at a B tier because of how much it does for like the story, wrapping up other stories that have been existing for a long time, you know, and coming into more of the New Hope age, like, you know, Luke's age stuff. Like, you know, it was really, really good. Honestly, my biggest gripe is the animation. I'm not against animation, but that particular animation was kind of gross. So then we have Star Wars Resistance. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you, before we were decided to make this list, I had never heard of this, so I decided to do some research, and honestly nothing about it was like, it told the tales kind of like, you know, especially in that second season and then like, you Poe Dameron and stuff, it kind of, you know, leaned past toward the sequel trilogy stuff and all that. Like I don't know, man. It just couldn't catch me, and maybe because that series didn't catch me either. So for me, like Resistance is probably a C, like maybe a D. It was just kind of felt like we cranked it out because it's Star Wars, if I'm being completely honest. And then finally we have Star Wars Visions, and if you haven't seen Visions, it is none of this stuff. I mean, it does have connections to Star Wars universe, but it's like 6 or 8 different anime studios all took their take on basically Star Wars universe and Star Wars parallel stories and stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the first one, the black and white one with the Ronin, I don't want to give too much more if you haven't seen it, but that is a banger. And then the later one, when they had to do that look like Yasuo from League of Legends with the old man and stuff, that one was also very good. There was one other one with a brother and sister that was kind of okay. The others I didn't care for, I'll be honest. They weren't super duper wonderful. They didn't catch me a ton, but like the other ones had really high highs, and like we're kind of banging it out. So I'm gonna put these in a B tier, because while some of the episodes were D tier for me, some of them were like A tier for me. I would watch an entire series of that Ronin one where it's black and white, and the spoiler alert, he whips out a red lightsaber. I want to know what's going on. I want to know more about that. Just seems like it'd be a good time. It's literally just carried by that. So that one for me is going to land in the B tier. And that is going to be our list today. We have now officially covered the Star Wars universe, I think, but if we haven't, let me know down in the comments what we're missing and what we should still talk about. But that is going to be the ranking today. So if you agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments below what you would change, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Leave the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you enjoy our channel. Subscribe if you enjoy our list and just getting random rankings from some random dude on the internet, and ring the bell. But no matter what you do and where you go, be safe, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next list.